I made a viral TikTok song. Wow, that feels good to say. Now, unless you've been living under a rock for the past few years, you should probably know what TikTok, the biggest app in the world, is. And you should also know that on TikTok there's a feature called sounds. People make these sounds and other TikTokers can do it or make TikToks using these same sounds, making the sound more and more viral with each use. Now this can also happen with songs. If there's a catchy, danceable, or even relatable part of the song, it will go viral and people will use it. Kind of like this.
Somebody, anybody, everybody scream!
This is what happened with my song. It was duetted by the most influential group of people in the world. Not Jewish people like some people think. Or even the government. No. This group of people runs every BTS stan account. And the reason why Dream is trending on Twitter seems like every day. Yes, you guessed it. The secret to my virality was emo white girl. So today, I'm going to show you how I made this viral TikTok song. So this is a song I produced for a classmate and good friend of mine, Ashley Siennas. One day, she randomly DM'd me, asking me, "Hey Selah, your music is so unique, and you're so cool. You wanna make some music?" I said, "Of course. I guess I'll have some time. You know, I'm a very busy person, but I could spare some time." She sent me some references, a little description of what she wanted it to sound like, and a vocal demo. Now, because I'm dumb and I procrastinate a lot, I forgot about this for about a week and didn't work on it. About a week later, she DM'd me. She's like, "Oh, Selah, how's that beat going?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll send you something." I made something in 30 minutes, sent it to her, and she said it was perfect. This is what she sent me, and this is what I made for the first verse. Okay, so this is the original beat. They did change some stuff up, which is kind of crazy from the one that went viral on TikTok. She sent me a little chord progression, and we played the chord progression on the piano. We have 3 chords right here. E minor. This looks like it's starting on B, but it's just an inversion. If you bring this B up an octave, you see it's E minor. And then we go to C major. Then we go to A major. If you just bring this A down an octave, you see A major. All right, it has kind of a dark James Bondy feel, which is exactly what she told me. Next, we add some bass. Now this bass is called Jimmy Fallon bass. I was watching a Billie Eilish, Jimmy Fallon, Phineas interview or something. He made a bass out of Jimmy Fallon's voice. You are a genius! I was like, that's a sick bass. I want to recreate it. If anyone has the Tal-U-NO-LX, you can make it right here. We have that bass. It's kind of longer for the intro. On the bass, we have some reverb, some distortion, and we have some chorus. It's not loaded. These long strings are from BBC Symphony Orchestra, following the exact same chords. We have a violin 1. I'm pretty sure this is a cello or something. And they're both on the long preset. Violin 2 on the pizzicato. That gives it the pluck feel. And we're just plucking the chords. Then it goes to the shorter bass. I wanted the bass to be very catchy, so and I think it just hits hard. This is the verse, so it's pretty stripped down. It doesn't have the long strings that we're building up. It's just the piano, bass, and plucked strings. And we have some drums. It's a pretty simple pop pattern. Kick on the 1 and 3s, then a little pickup here. Claps on the 2s and 4s, or I guess snare. All of these drums are from this Ultrasonics Future Bass Essentials drum kit. And then we have a big kick on the 1. I recorded some of my own sounds. Later in the song, she said something about potion and pouring. I tried recording some cup sounds. Pouring in the cup, you know, pouring up the lean, the waki. Now me sipping the lean and the waki. We have this build up at the end of the first 4 bars. It's using the snare that we reverse. That's gonna come in the second part of the verse. We also added this 3rd snare. I just wanted to sound lower, so I put the time wheel knob, which stretches it, and then I pitch it down. And this is where the sipping comes in, or pouring, because here she says, "Pretty potion up. Lift my pretty potion up." That's called motherfucking bars, nigga! So then I added the pouring of a drink. So this is pretty much the whole verse. And then it goes to the pre-chorus. So it's kind of the same chord progression, just kind of more condensed. So we have E minor to C major to A major to C major, all in 2 bars. And then we basically repeat that, just inverting it so it builds up more. Oh, and that's also my breathing, because she said breathing is so heavy. And then I added the pouring. That's kind of a riser. And then we added some drums. 4 on the floor kicks, snares on the 2s and 4s. Using reverse snares just helps it with movement so much. And then it drops there, and it follows the vocals here. Yes, I left you on a cliffhanger. You don't get to hear the chorus. After that, I basically sent her the pre-chorus. She said it was sounding amazing. She then sent me her chorus vocals a few weeks later. With this, she said some references she sound very James Bond and really jazzy and really unique. So I wanted this part to be really big and just a bunch of strings, you know, string porn.
What do you mean by that?
I think is a thing people say, which is very weird thing to say. So let's get on to the string porn. For all you producers out there, I suggest you start either making your own songs,
shot at a black man and took his shoes,
or working with artists. It will make your production a lot better. We have the same chords as before, this time with some different instruments. And I have this French horn from Flex. Like the effects I have on this is just this destructor thing. I think it's a free distortion plugin. Then some strings. These strings are following her voice. And shout out to Aaron Paris for remaking these strings with actual violin. It sounds so good in the actual version. And I was really grateful to work with him. Plug strings too. For the first half, it's the normal ones. Then we bring it up an octave. Nothing really fancy. We have this jazz brush loop. Then it's the same drums as the verse. We then added the second verse, pretty much the same as the first verse. And she wanted this little gunshot because it says, I'm deep inside your blood. And what gives blood? You Americans should know.
This is not copyrighted.
So I added a gunshot. This stayed in the original version. So we took the gunshot and reversed it to be a transition, right? You don't need transition sounds. Make your own by using different sounds that are already in your beat. And that's pretty much it. Goes back to the pre-chorus. So at this point, the song was going pretty well. I sent this to Ashley. She was loving it, showing it to my parents, my friends. They thought it was sick. I went to Ashley's pool party. Her parents said they heard it. They're like, yo, your production is so unique. It's so sick. We love you. You should be our son. You should like come for dinner and like everything. I was like, oh, I appreciate it. So then Ashley Siennas goes on vacation for a few months. At this point, I was kind of devastated. I didn't know if the song was going to be finished or not. I was like, damn, does she like the song? Will this ever get finished? But then she texts me, here's the bridge. So the bridge happens after the second chorus. Okay, FL Studio. I see what you try to do. He's trying to stop me from making this video. Okay, so the bridge, like most songs and pop songs in general, is different from everything else. It's kind of like a palette freshener. It transfers from the second chorus to this bridge. Here are the chords. It goes from E minor with the E at the top, an octave up, to B major with an F sharp at the bottom. And then it goes to almost a G major, but it's up 2, so like a G major 6. Then it basically repeats the first 2 chords, and then it builds up. The G chord we had before, D sharp diminished with the A at the bottom, or D sharp suspended, one of those, to B augmented. Yes, that's what that was. And then to C, whatever that is. This is all layered. We have the strings. As you can see, there's automation going on. And then down here, there's a lot more automation. All these rising up. So we have jazz brushes, 2 of the strings, I think cello and the violin. Top strings come in halfway. These horns and these vocals that do not work anymore. And bass.
Need me, you'll see. I'll wipe all you bleed. I'll touch your soft skin while you're falling asleep. I'll make you happy with love that you need. Look in their eyes and just be.
It's just so full, right? We have some risers and downlifters here. Then it pauses here. It goes from the long bass to the short bass. And then this is basically the very stripped down version before the big final chorus, right? We have the bass. This is the part that was in the TikTok videos. And then it's the strings, just one note here. I automated it so it's basically silent here. And then use it as a transition to transition us to the chorus. As you can see, it builds up here. Then there's some risers and the jazz brushes come in. And then it's the final chorus. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole beat. So I'm recording this about a month after the song has come out. It has like 1.3 million streams on Spotify already, which is crazy. Hope y'all enjoyed this breakdown of this fire song, What You Need. You might have seen it on TikTok, all the emo white girls trying to manifest their perfect boyfriend. Who knows, it could have some magical powers. Ashley Siennas could be a witch or something that... I'm joking. I'm about to get canceled. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Wait, before you go. I just made a Patreon. It has a lot of features. You can see them, like all the features right here. Oh, so cool, right? You should join it if you want to get your name shouted out at the end of the video. Get your beats as the outro of the video. That would be sick. See the FLPs for all the beats and songs I make in these YouTube videos. Get free loops every month. And so much more. So join up the Patreon. It's only $5. That's like a cup of coffee. So you're like fueling my caffeinated shit. So yeah, buy the Patreon. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what else you want to see. Peace. And this video is what you need to watch next. You see what I did there? Because the song's called What You Need and big brain.